Hey gamers, Gecko here. I'm not gonna lie, I've mostly just been focused on my side of the fighting game community for a very long time now. So, a couple of things flew over my head and I never got to talk about them. And I've got to talk about how Harada retired from Bandai Namco and was moving on to pursue other interests. I never talked about how the Tekken team released a terrible patch and has since tried to rework it into something that's actually interesting and playable. On this channel, I haven't even really talked too much about SNK and all the shit that's going on with them. Listen, I talk a lot more about it on my stream, link below. But when Harada, a man who retired and said that he was going to still kind of be around, announces that he is making a new studio that is being funded by SNK, I have to at least talk about it a little bit. SNK released a press statement earlier today going over a new established studio. This studio, called VS Studio, not Versus Studio, was founded by Harada and is going to be a subsidiary of SNK. There's a lot of fluff in this article, a lot of corporate speak, which is honestly just exhausting to read, but I'll skim through it and give you the cliff notes. The studio was established on the 1st of May, and SNK is going to support it and plans to make it a subsidiary of the company. Harada has a full statement here. We are pleased to announce the launch of the new game development studio, VS Studio. VS Studio's philosophy is beyond tradition, crafted to perfection. Like I said, corporate speak. We will combine technology, sensibility, and world-class experience to pursue the ultimate. From a free, open, and spacious environment, we will generate new ideas and create memorable games. We established this studio to bring this vision to life. This is them talking about how it's not Versus Studio, it's VS. So it could stand for Video Game Soft, Visionary Standard, Volition Shift, or Vanguard Spirit. They also said it could stand for Versus. Having been involved in video game development for many years, I've constantly considered how I want to spend my time as a developer and what kind of environment allows developers to perform at their best. VS Studio is one answer to that question. By bringing together technology and knowledge, and working with passionate colleagues, we aim to deliver the best gaming experience to users worldwide. Please look forward to the future. Honestly, this all kinda came out of nowhere. From what I remember, when Harada retired from Bandai Namco, he pretty much said that he was kinda done. He was more ready to just go off and do other things. He talked about his slight DJing career and how you might see him around doing that for a bit, but I don't remember him saying that he had any more intentions to make a video game studio. So this could be a couple of different things. One, this was always his plan from the beginning. Bandai has seemingly been a bit of a weird company to work for quite a while, with people speculating that developers aren't actually allowed to do what they want, and there's a lot of corporate meddling happening in the development teams, which is a little bit ironic, but whatever. Or, two, alternatively, it's the bag. He's going for the bag. It's no secret that SNK is owned by Kadia, who also owns Evo, and has a relative share in Capcom. It's not massive. The general worry from a lot of people in the fighting game community, including myself, is that this is a massive sport washing attempt, which, okay, well, that's not a worry, that's kind of more what it is, but they're going to slowly start buying out everything that they can until they own all of it. I made a video about this worry a few months ago when they announced that they were doing Evos basically every single month, and without jumping the gun, this looks like an extension of that fear. While Kadia has begun working their way to get Street Fighter slightly under their control, they haven't seemed to try and make any other moves on other fighting games. I don't know if Bandai's a publicly traded company, but if it's not, they'd have to find another way to take on Tekken as a video game. And, well, I don't want to say that this is what that is, but it might be. The fact that they were dancing around the fact that it's called Versus Studio does kind of make it seem like they're saying, oh, we're not necessarily going to be making fighting games. But if you hire the guy who made Tekken to make a new studio under SNK, the company that's known for making fighting games, I would be amazed if they didn't make fighting games. I genuinely would. If they were like, we're making a shooter, I would be fucking gobsmacked. If Harada's like, you know what, I want to make DDR, I would be like, what is happening? Obviously, nothing is set in stone, yet we just got the press release from this. And there's a small video from Harada, but it's basically just him saying the points that are kind of on screen now. But the situation itself is very weird. I don't think there's another way to describe this. This is strange. I guess Bandai really did treat Harada that bad that he decided to completely jump ship and go somewhere else. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on from now. Like I said, Tekken had a really, really bad patch. However, they've been doing emergency patches since that have been slowly fixing the game. I had the opportunity to talk to a couple of Tekken players last weekend, and they were pretty angry about the state of the game, but they did say that there was a one good patch, like 3 years after the game came out. Video games obviously take a very long time to develop, so we're not going to see anything from this studio for ages. But this might light a fire under Bandai's ass and force them to get going on a better Tekken so that they aren't swept up by their old main developer. We'll have to see what happens though. Like I said, the studio might not even work on fighting games. They're probably going to be working on fighting games though. We'll simply have to see how it goes. I will say it is a very worrying sign of the times. In my personal opinion, I don't like seeing Kadia involved in basically any fighting game thing. This community is vast and diverse and full of amazing people, and I worry that with how everything's being slightly washed over, the diversity in the scenes will not fade away, but be made less relevant. It's very scary times. I don't like it that much. I know a lot of people don't like it that much. I know a lot of Strive players said that they're willing to straight up boycott EVO because, well, of course they are. Still, I wish Harada the best. I wish any of the developers that get hired by this team the best. I hope that they make something fun and interesting. But with where the money's coming from, I don't think I can personally support it. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But what do you think about the whole situation? There's a whole comment section down below in which you can tell me. And while you're down there, why don't you subscribe for more fighting game news? Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!